What's up, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, today I'm back with some pretty interesting news on XRP. A majority of the cryptocurrencies just experienced a mini crash over the last 24 hours. I don't know if this is the market trying to tell us something, or probably there is even more happening in the background. Before we go further into this, let's roll that intro. As always, we welcome you back to Moneyside, your favorite crypto news channel. If you are new here, welcome to the XRP fam. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. Well, as we all know, the crypto market has always been risky and volatile, but now more than ever we have to be on our toes. We need to be psychologically ready for anything that could happen. The altcoin season would eventually come and make many millionaires, but it could come with lots of crazy stuff. Looking over the market, we can see that Bitcoin is now selling above $40,000 again. As we all know, when Bitcoin rises, it takes the rest of the coins with it to the top, as it's what makes the market move. Recently, we have had a lot of XRP news and information dropping, proving that it's just a matter of time before the switch is flipped. Probably we might even surpass Bitcoin as the #1 cryptocurrency by market cap. So far, Bitcoin has done a good job at making itself the #1 store of value, but it failed as a payment system. And this is where XRP comes in, with the XRP ledger that improves every day, constantly adapting and innovating, giving its partners the utility they need. With that said, let's take a look at this tweet from Matthew Liny that says IBS recognizes Temenos as the #1 best-selling banking software in 9 categories, more than any other technology. Any bank that uses Temenos has the ability to use XRP for settlements when regulation allows. He shares this picture here that shows us all the 9 categories for which Temenos was recognized. But I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the success we see here with Temenos has something to do with Ripple and XRP. Of course, we have many other factors at play here, but this is something we have known for a couple of years now, that Temenos has integrated Ripple's technology. Of course, all tides rise with Ripple and XRP adoption, and we can see that from the Temenos rewards. Look at them enjoying their fruits for integrating Ripple's technology so early. With that said, let's look more into Temenos and what it brings to the financial sector. And as we can see from this article by WFMZ.com, Temenos AG, 6TEMN, is the world's leader in banking software. Over 3,000 banks across the globe, including 41 of the top 50 banks, rely on Temenos to process both the daily transactions and client interactions of more than 1.2 billion banking customers. Temenos offers cloud-native, cloud-agnostic, and AI-driven front office, core banking, payments, and fund administration software, enabling banks to deliver frictionless, omni-channel customer experiences and gain operational excellence. Temenos software is proven to enable its top-performing clients to achieve cost-income ratios of 26.8%, half the industry average, and returns on equity of 29%, 3 times the industry average. These clients also invest 51% of their IT budget on growth and innovation versus maintenance, which is double the industry average, proving the bank's IT investment is adding tangible value to their business. Moving on, we can see another tweet from Michael Manfield that says Ripple partner ACI Worldwide honored with Card Management and E-Wallets Award from IBS Intelligence. Well, this is quite something great going on here, and it's worth noting that everywhere Ripple is going, the partners are yielding some great results, as we can see from this tweet by Fame21More. Several Ukrainian banks are also planning to connect to Ripple technology. At this point, the writing is clearly on the wall. We can't make this up. XRP is soon going to explode. If you're not invested in it until now, my only guess is that you must really hate making money. Now we have this important article, posted up by Boy XRP, from the American Banker that states, as banks recognize their customers' growing interest in cryptocurrency, they are asking the vendors that provide their core banking software, Fiserv, FIS, Finastra, Jack Henry, Temenos, and Nimbus among them, for help in offering crypto services. The vendors say they are on it. A survey that the New York cryptocurrency services company NYDIG conducted in January found that 46 million Americans own Bitcoin. 81% say they would store it in their bank if they could. Banks have watched this money move out of their customers' deposit accounts with increasing alarm. It's interesting to learn this is the case as we already see the Temenos is already integrated with Ripple's technology and Finastra. We might not be sure about the rest right now, but probably you will find one or two that have some sort of connection with Ripple. However, you must understand that we are just speculating here. We can't quite confirm that yet. For so long, people have been waiting for crypto to go away. But I think it's time people just accept that the real stuff will go down once the big switch comes. Crypto is like opening a Pandora's box, and once it's open, there's no getting it back in. And that's just how it is, especially now that we are getting more adoption from institutions and banks. Things are only about to get better, especially for the financial sector. We are about to get better financial products and services than ever before. There have been billions of dollars spent to build these infrastructures. And I believe people are not just going to sit around and wait to see their monies go to waste. I believe they are building better infrastructures to channel even more money. People just don't understand what they are talking about when they say that XRP is going to zero. Yes, 99% of cryptos will go to zero, but the 1% won't go to infinity and create multi-billionaires. Moving over to an article by Cointelegraph, we can see the headline that Brian Brooks defends Fintech charter to House Financial Service Committee. The article states that Brian Brooks has defended the Fintech banking charter introduced while he served as the acting comptroller of the currency after congressional Democrats took aim at the license on Thursday. Brian appeared as a witness before the House Financial Services Committee's Subcommittee on Consumer Protection and Financial Institutions at an April 15th hearing titled Banking Innovation or Regulatory Evasion, Exploring Trends in Financial Institution Charters. The Fintech Charter was introduced by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, or OCC, and overseen by Brooks in 2020, allowing financial technology firms, including cryptocurrency companies, to offer lending and payment products without being overseen by state banking regulators, FDIC insurance, or deposits from customers. However, we can see that state regulators, community banks, and credit unions have raised alarms about how new entities, including big tech firms, are receiving unconventional bank charters and offering bank products and services while evading regulations. Most banks, including community banks, must comply. However, we can see that Brian Brooks responded to the committee saying that the charter had bolstered regulatory oversight of the fintech and crypto industries, arguing their activities would otherwise continue outside of the regulators' view. Of course, they must have brought up the fact that criminal activities have been used with Bitcoin and crypto in general. They also mentioned that there are a lot of Ponzi schemes in the crypto space. All in all, we can see that Brian Brooks still dismisses these worries, saying that exclusionary regulations could hinder the United States' technological dynamism and that heavy-handed legislation could undermine U.S. soft power in the emerging digital economy. Brooks went further to say, "We're building a second internet here. It's not built for terrorist financing, it's built to allow us to have a truly decentralized internet." If you believe that America's soft power in the world has a lot to do with the fact that we control ICANN and the Internet Protocol, I think you would feel similarly about these new protocols. As we have mentioned time and again on this channel, the birth of the second internet is near. And once the hammer comes down, 99% of cryptos will die with these new regulations. We're on the verge of regulatory clarity. The biggest question is, will the U.S. overregulate and kick great innovations out of the market, or will the U.S. make some practical regulations, steps in the right direction that will eliminate all the Ponzi schemes and scams while allowing innovation to thrive? XRP has been in the hands of regulators for quite a while now. Once this lawsuit is out of the way, we will have regulatory clarity for XRP. But that's not the case for the rest of the crypto world. So we can only wait and see what happens now. With that in mind, let's take a look at the technical analysis. In this daily chart, history seems to be repeating itself. Let's just take a look at the charts and similarities. From my point of view, it's getting support and previous resistance level, and also the same exact chart as before. It's a matter of time to see XRP to $2.50. Now that we're looking at the 5-day time frame, just as we see the market turns bearish for a few days and finally get to neutral/negative SEC news about the case delay in the Ripple case, we are literally skating on the newly found support bottom. Many so-called diamond hand investors decided to sell, while financial institutions began hoarding more than ever before. As always, trade safely, guys. Hey, please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Love to hear from you. Let's have a conversation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and to click on the subscribe button below. Turn on your notifications so you get informed whenever we drop our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.